What's up, you guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today, I've got all three of the Pizza Party boxes from Next Phase. So it looks like there's a black one, a red one, and a green one. And you can see on the side everything that comes in them checked off, just like toppings on a pizza. I think that's hilarious. The Groot one here is specifically an online exclusive for the WizKids shop, so you can only get this one at the WizKids shop. But yeah, then you can see pretty much the same thing on all the other ones, except, you know, it has marked off the different characters that come in them. I think that's so neat, you know, such a great little attention to detail. And then, you know, we have the Hulk one here as well. I kind of feel like the Hulk one should have been the green one, but, you know, it also makes sense for Groot, whatever. Anyway, so we've got all three of them here. These other two you can get from your, you know, local game stores and everywhere else. But without further ado, let's crack into these and see what each one of them comes with, and maybe try and compare and contrast a little bit again and see which one might be the better one. Though I will say they usually do a pretty good job of keeping them all fairly balanced between each other when they do multiples, like when they do multiple play-at-home kits and stuff. So it's probably going to mainly come down just to, you know, character preference if you really want to collect that character or whatever. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, so starting things off with the Groot box here. Opens just like an actual pizza box, and you can see in the plastic we have a Groot and an Iwua, just like the Prime, and you also get some bystanders. So let's start with these. And now they did just issue some erratas for some of these bystanders. They didn't put some of the special powers on them. Yeah, like this baby Groot. So I'll have to take another look at the errata, and I'll try to post it on screen for you guys so you can see what that special damage power is. But I mean, Flurry, 18 defense, 3 damage, you know, not too bad. If you can get his attack up, you know, you could get some sneaky Flurry hits in there. Then you got your special pizza object for all of the effects that require that. And here we can take a look at the cards. All right, so let's start things off with number 201, Baby Groot. He's got the Guardians TA, so his combat values can't be modified by opposing effects. He's got Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Cosmic, Detective, and Pirate keywords. Some pretty cool keywords there. The Shifting Focus, I Am Groot, still goes through to him as well, so it carries over from, you know, we got the common and the rare from the main set, and also both of the chases. So this one is also included in the Shifting Focus, which is great because I kind of hate when they do like a bunch of Shifting Focus and then they do like a random other version of the character that's just not part of it, even though it's usually like the same or close to the same point value. Kind of weird sometimes. But yeah, he can shift focus between them, which is great. He's got Stealth, and when a debris marker is placed within 8 squares of Baby Groot after resolutions, you may place Baby Groot in a square of that debris marker. Very cool. So if you take like a destroy action and make some debris, he can just pop over there within 8 squares. That is pretty nuts. And he's got some super strength and empower himself. And yeah, that's pretty great. I mean, you know, he only has stealth on his movement power otherwise, so he doesn't have any charge or anything, but that's a pretty easy way to get around. He also has a special attack power that he has free, place an adjacent opposing character into any square adjacent to Baby Groot. That's really good. You know, moving characters around for free can be really nice. And then he does have charge on those later clicks with some outwit as well. So yeah, not too bad. And then his team up card is to team up with Iwua, and it says if a friendly character with the listed name is on your starting force, Baby Groot can use Sidestep, and when he breaks away from an opposing character, he may generate and immediately pick up a pizza object. And this one actually changes his movement power to now say Stealth, and once per turn, when Baby Groot moves through a square of debris, he may generate a pizza object in that square. So that's really cool. Although using this team up card, it does look like we'll get rid of the Shifting Focus ability, so he will not be able to swap if you're using this team up card. But then he has another special attack power that says when Baby Groot uses a pizza object during a terrain action and hits, after resolutions, heal him 3 clicks. That's pretty nuts, considering he has that on his last 2. He could heal pretty much all the way to top dial, depending on which click you're on. That's a lot of healing for, you know, free, basically, just for attacking. So let's take a look now at Iwua, who has Cosmic and Monster keywords, as well as the Cosmic Energy team ability. which is great for that willpower and protected outwit. Then you have a trait that gives him Perplex, and when he uses it to target a friendly character, after resolutions you may move that character 1 square. Oh man, that's really good. You know, for monster teams especially, I could see that coming up a lot. Just off the top of my head, using that for Ghost Surfer would be really good, because Ghost Surfer, whenever he moves, can make an attack against people occupying fire markers. So yeah, that is really awesome. But then he also has Precision Strike and Quake on his special attack power, and he just has Plasticity, Super Senses, and Shape Change. And then he gets a damage power later that just gives him giant size and shape change. So that's pretty cool. He's normally tiny size, and so is the baby Groot, which I would say that that baby Groot being tiny size for the Empower is really nice to carry around. But then his team-up card is for Groot, and it gives him Perplex still, and when Iwuwa uses it to target a friendly character whose name contains Groot, that character may generate and pick up a pizza object. So it's important that his name has to contain Groot. So it can be Baby Groot, it could be Thor Groot, it could be like Rocket and Groot. That's pretty neat. There's a lot of, kind of backwards compatibility there with some older figures. And then he has a special attack power now that says he may hold up to 4 objects as long as they are all pizza objects. And when he hits, he may destroy any number of held pizza objects and modify his damage +1 for each pizza object destroyed this way. And then he still has the giant size shape change on his damage. So that is very cool. If you can manage to generate enough pizza objects for that, he could be a literal monster. Up next, we've got the Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, and Lucky pizza box. So without further ado, let's check it out. All right, let's take a look here. So we do have Kate and Lucky, and they are just the same sculpts as the common Kate Bishop and the rare Lucky. And let's start again with these little bystander tokens it comes with, and check these out. All right, so this one has a tracksuit mafia guy who has some Empower and a special movement power, which again, I'll try to find that errata and put that up on screen for you guys so you can see what that does. And then we have another pizza object, so very cool. Let's take a look at their cards here so we can see what these do. So starting us off with Kate Bishop, she does have the Avengers Initiative team ability, which is really interesting. So she can actually see through hindering with that, which is really good for a range attacker. She's got Young Avengers, Marksman, Martial Artist, and Spy keywords. She starts with a special attack power that says once per turn, when Kate Bishop is carried, after resolutions, she may make a range attack as if she occupied any square the character carrying her moved through. That is really cool. I like that a lot. So you can have anybody carry her around. So if whoever is carrying her has flight or something, they could take a step up onto the elevated and then, back down, go somewhere else entirely. And she could take a shot as if she occupied that square on the elevated. That is so awesome because, that's just exactly like that scene out of the show where they were driving around in the car and she was, shooting arrows and everything. That's so cool. That's such a great way to represent that. I love that a lot. She's got improved targeting for characters and can make range attacks while adjacent as well. She's just got a full dial of stealth, 12 attack, 18 defense with energy shield, and 3 damage with shape change. And then taking a look at the special damage power she gets later, she has free choose 2 for Kate Bishop to use this turn: knockback, energy explosion, or range combat expert. Those are all 3 great choices, so any combination will be very useful. She also has Precision Strike on all of those clicks as well. And, just 7 clicks is a pretty long dial for 50 points. Even nowadays, I feel like that's pretty good investment. So yeah, she's pretty great. I really like that special with carrying her around. Then she has a team-up card with Lucky that says if a friendly character named Lucky is on your starting force, Kate Bishop can use Sidestep and may start the game holding a pizza object. Not bad. And then you have a different special attack power That's if Kate Bishop destroyed a pizza object this turn, when she attacks, opposing characters can't use shape change or evade attacks. Very interesting. I think the pizza objects have like a free destroy them or something, so you can heal a click, something like that. Because normally I don't know how else she would, destroy one and then take an action to attack. But yeah, if you can just take like a free action to destroy them or something, that is super good. She can just say no shape change and no super senses for you this turn. That's really strong. And then she has that same pick a power on her damage later on, which is really good still. So yeah, not a bad team up card at all, but it does lose the awesomeness of, being able to be carried and make an attack from any other square she was carried through. But still good nonetheless. And then taking a look at Lucky here, he has Animal, Marksman, Martial Artist. He's got a trait that says adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with Lucky modify defense +1. So that's always good for only 25 points. Just +1 defense for everybody next to him is great. And he's tiny size, so you can carry him around all day long and get that +1 defense. And then he's got Power, generate a pizza object. A friendly character with the Marksman keyword adjacent to that object may immediately pick it up. So that is really good with that Kate Bishop, with the team up card that she has. He can just keep taking power actions to make pizza objects for her to immediately pick up and then, destroy it so that she can, take shots ignoring super senses and shape change, which is really nice. And taking a look at Lucky's team up card, however, he's got team up with Kate Bishop, and if a friendly character named Kate Bishop is on your starting force, Lucky may start the game holding a pizza object. When an adjacent friendly character hits with a range attack, Lucky may destroy a pizza object he's holding. If he does, increase the attacker's damage +1. Very nice. That is going to be super useful, and he still has, he actually has free generate a pizza object, and a friendly character adjacent to that object may pick it up. So they don't have to have the Marksman keyword. It can give it to anybody, and it's a free now instead of, I believe it was a power action, before. So these team-up cards together, these two work really, really well together. So obviously the Groot and Iwua are pretty good with their team-up cards together, but I really like this Kate and Lucky team-up a lot, because I just feel like that's more my personal playstyle, if nothing else. But let's take a look at this last pizza box. Last but not least, we have the Hulk and SheHulk special pizza party box, so let's take a look. All right, and there we go. So right off the bat here, these ones are much bigger, obviously. I feel like all the other ones, the Groots and Lucky, they're all so tiny. And now we just get these big Hulks, so it's pretty crazy. But let's take a look first again at the bystander tokens. So starting us off here, we have a Jen Walters token, which is 20 points, which I forgot to point out that the Groot token was 10 points and the tracksuit token was 15 points. So this Jen Walters is coming in at 20 points, but she's got some willpower, some incapacitate, and some outwit, as well as being a team player. And it looks like that's about it. So I guess she's just 20 points pretty much for outwit. I don't think she has, it doesn't look like she has any specials or anything. So not too bad. I mean, a cheap outwit, it's never a bad thing. If you have no other source of it, why not? And actually, being a bystander token means she doesn't count for or against theme. So if you can't quite find room for an outwit on your team, you got 20 points. Not too bad to throw that in there. But let's take a look at what these cards do. So starting off with SheHulk, she's got Avengers, Brute, and Celebrity keywords. She's a wild card. Coming in at 100 or 50 points, has a trait that gives her super strength, and when SheHulk knocks back an opposing character and their knockback path is stopped by blocking terrain, the knockback damage they're dealt is penetrating, and after resolutions, destroy that blocking terrain. Very cool. So she's just punching them like freaking through a wall or something. Technically, they would stop, and then it would destroy the terrain, so it's not going through stuff. But yeah, still really awesome and very thematic. Reminds me of like a Dragon Ball Z fight or something, getting punched so hard they fly into a mountain and it just explodes. That's super cool. And then she's got improved movement to destroy blocking as well. Charge, invuln, shape change. It's a pretty good combo. Then she gets some like flurry, precision, invincible, and perplex on the later half. So let's take a look at her other specials here. She has another trait, revert to Jen. When She-Hulk would be KO'd, you may instead replace her with a Jen Walters. The actual specific bystander token is what they're talking about there. So that's awesome. Or you could also replace her with the, uncommon Jennifer Walters from the actual set. I'm not sure if you could do both because it would be a replacement. I don't think you could do both of them. I think you'd have to choose one. But, having that option is nice. And she has another special attack power that gives her Quake. When She-Hulk uses it, she may choose a direct line away from her. Terrain markers, blocking terrain, and characters within 4 squares along that line are treated as adjacent. Ooh, wow, that's really cool. So she can Quake within 4 and a straight line of fire, blowing up all of the walls and hitting all the characters. That's actually really awesome. This is a really good She-Hulk, man. For you still get that at 50 points. Yeah, I'd just play her at 50, to be honest. She's exactly the same stats for the 100-point line. You're just losing a couple clicks of health, so that's not really too bad. 50 points for her is not bad at all. Plus, you get the Jen Walters token if she gets KO'd, which is great. And then taking a look at the team-up card, she has a team-up card with Hulk and Captain America. Oh, that's hilarious. So it's still super strength, and once per turn, if a friendly character with a listed name is on the map, if She-Hulk destroys blocking terrain, she may generate and immediately pick up a pizza object. Nice. So she can run through some blocking terrain and then immediately pick up a pizza object. Then she's got gossiping about Steve. Yeah, it was such a funny episode there. Probability control. When She-Hulk uses it, she may target a friendly character holding a pizza object regardless of range and line of fire. That's actually really good. Prob control across the map if they're just holding a pizza object. Sonic Collapse again with that special Quake. Looks like within 4 squares along that direct line. Yeah, it looks like it's all the same for that special attack power. But yeah, very cool. I like that team-up card a lot. That's really funny. Although it looks like you lose that trait to be able to turn into that Jen Walters token, but, getting prob control is probably worth it because you could always just transform into that uncommon Jen Walters. And last but not least here, we have Hulk, who has the Avengers Initiative team ability, Avengers Brute, Celebrity, and Scientist keywords. Again, with the super strength, and when Hulk knocks back an opposing character and their knockback path is stopped by blocking terrain, the knockback damage they are dealt is penetrating, and after resolutions, destroy the blocking terrain. So, same trait as her. And he starts out with Precision Strike and Outwit, which is really good with that Avengers Initiative team ability to outwit stealthy characters. And taking a look at his other specials here, he has a trait that says at the beginning of your turn, you may choose a click number. If you do, until your next turn, Hulk can use the powers printed on that click number on his card instead of his displayed powers. So that's interesting. He has all the same powers, on half of his dial versus the other half. So it's kind of like just choosing which half of the dial you want to use at which time, which is really cool, actually. And then you have a special movement power that gives him charge and plasticity. And when Hulk is knocked back by an opposing effect, after resolutions, you may place him up to 1 square away from his current square. So that's nice. He can kind of, push back against the knockback a little bit. So that's really cool. And yeah, just either starting out with the Precision, Invuln, and Outwit, or if you want to switch to that Leap Climb, Quake, Invincible, and Close Combat Expert there at the end, that's pretty cool, actually, especially up front, because he'll have like a 12 attack, 4 damage. So yeah, pretty neat trick there. And then for his team-up card, it's actually with She-Hulk or Iron Man. Super Strength, once per turn if a friendly character with a listed name is on the map. When Hulk destroys blocking terrain, he may generate and immediately pick up a pizza object. Pretty much the same thing she did. That's pretty cool. Tony mostly just complains about Steve. Once per turn, when a friendly character with the Avengers keyword heals after resolutions, you may remove an action token from that character. That's not too bad if you got a lot of Avengers with regen and stuff. And then he has charge, plasticity, yada yada. Same thing as before with the stopping gen special move power. So yeah, not too bad. Honestly, the Hulk card, not quite as good as the She-Hulk card, in my opinion. I think overall, Hulk is really good for that, stealth busting outwit. I do love to see that. I think overall, She-Hulk might be a little bit better here, especially with her team up, because getting prob is great. All right, you guys, so that about does it for this little unboxing and review of all 3 pizza boxes. First of all, let me know what your favorite was in the comments below. If I had to choose, however, for me personally, I think I'm going to have to give it to the Hawkeye box with the Kate Bishop and the Lucky. Maybe that's just my own personal bias. That was my favorite show. But I really just think that their playstyle works the best for me personally and just seems the best overall and the most fun. However, I will say that also the SheHulk looks really fun. And again, maybe that's just because I prefer to play Avengers teams, but the Groot and Iwua are also really good because, you know, they're good for like Guardians and Monster teams and stuff like that. So overall, I think each and every one of these is fun. I think whichever one you prefer character-wise is pretty much going to be the one you're going to want to get. If you like all the characters, get them all because they're all really fun and awesome. Are any of these like super groundbreaking meta figures? No, I don't think so, but that's fine. I think these are some of the funnest figures out of the set. There's a lot of really cool things. Like you can tell the SheHulk one was very much based off of those first couple episodes where she was fighting him on the beach and, you know, they were trying to figure out her powers and everything. And you can tell the Kate Bishop one is very much based off that one episode where they're driving around in the car shooting at the bad guys. And of course, the one episode Iwua was in from Baby Groot. So it's really cool that they're very specifically based off of a certain episode, a certain scene. I think it's really cool. And they really capture that essence perfectly, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know your favorites. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It does help me out a lot. And don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And of course, if you'd like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for the Patreon or hit that join button down there for the YouTube memberships. Either way, for as little as $1 a month, you get entered into my monthly giveaways and you get to see your name here in the credits with all these other amazing people. So if that interests you, check it out. But that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters signing off.